Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back again. So I will just stand here. I want us to talk about this question this young lady wrote me now on WhatsApp. So I decided to quickly update some of you. This is the question. She said, if I want to borrow money and travel and also add my piece of land, please advise me on which places to go. First, let me be very specific with you. If you have your own, even if the money is not your own money, I want to give you these places you should avoid before I advise you on this borrowing money and stuff. Then I tell you where you can go. First, avoid North Cyprus with the blood in your vein. Avoid it. Avoid Belarus. Avoid it. Avoid Oman. In fact, the only countries if you should consider in Asia is South Korea, Japan, and to an extent, China. But don't borrow money and go to China. If it's your own money, you can bear the risks, but don't borrow money and go to China. South Korea, Japan, any other thing, I will never support you to do it. Well, I understand some people may not be d'accord with this because you have to build. You can go to some places and build. But remember the topic sentence, borrow money. Okay? Even if it's your money, I have been to North Cyprus. I've never been to China. But I understand, I've been to Turkey. Never go to Turkey with borrowed money because you need to pay the money and probably with interest, right? Now, first of all, is it advisable to borrow money to travel? This is my point. And I'm telling you based on my own self, right? What I can do. Now, if I have money, right? And I think that some people used to say, oh, open a business. No. The type of business first I want to do is not a business for maybe 15 million, 20 million. Maybe I need to raise at least 30 million to start thinking of that business. And secondly, I cannot invest all my money in business, whereas I don't have other monies on me or in my account. Okay, let's forget about that. If you have money, right, and you want to jackpot, is it good to borrow? Yes, it's good to borrow. Jackpot is an investment. Okay, now if you have a land, because this lady was talking about her land, I don't know if I can fish out the question. She said she has a land. She wants to sell the land, add to the money she has, then borrow some more money and add it to and travel. If I have a land, I'm talking based on myself, right? First question I will ask myself, this land I have, in the next 4 years, will I be able to build on that land? That's the first question. This is me, I don't know for you. I just want to explain to you so you know where you stand, because most people, they make some errors. I have a friend now crying in Cameroon. I told him this thing before. Do not invest your 4 million in business without having a backup plan. He didn't listen. I think he put the money somewhere in Bitcoin or what, or I don't even know. The money, as I'm talking to you, the guy does not have up to 2 million. I'm telling you, I have another friend who invested in business and told me the 4 million he invested, he later sold the shop for 2 million. This is not good business. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do business. I'm advising this lady if I were the one. Now, then I will tell you an example. If you have a land and you think within like now, this is 2024, and you think 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, you will not be able to build on that land, right? And you see an opportunity to jackpot, you have an admission, and you see an opportunity to jackpot, sell the land and jackpot. Wait, where are you going to? I'm still coming to give you the countries. Now, if I have money and I have my own land, like for me, if I have a land, right, and I think in the next 4 years, I will not be able to build a house on it, I will sell that land and jackpot to a good country. Now, why am I selling this? Jackpot is investment. If you go to a good country, you will be able to study, work part-time. Then, when you finish school, you will integrate fully and work full-time. If you work for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you will have money in these good countries to be able to buy at least 3 lands, 4 lands, and even build a house on it. Anybody who is refusing these tactics to you does not like you. This is a fact I'm telling you. Now, let's not talk too much. Let's go to the countries you should invest in first. I don't want to talk about, let me talk about these countries. If you have this and you are looking for countries, look towards USA. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, okay, South Korea, Japan. These are the countries are part of Europe. Now, if you want to go to Europe, right, look at these countries. I want to talk about this so that you should listen and listen carefully, like you should learn from it. A part of these countries I've given you, you can also use this money. If you sell your land, if you borrow money from people, right, and you intend to refund and of course give back gain, go to these places. A part of these ones, if you cannot enter these places, go to these places in Europe. Now, the first country I can recommend for you is Luxembourg, right? The second country I can recommend for you is Switzerland. There is no way you would work as a part-time student in these countries. Then when you finish your studies, you work again. After 3 to 4 years, you will not be fine. If you know you are a serious person, right? But please, if you are not serious with your own life, don't do it. If you are lazy, don't do it. Don't even go to these places and waste your time. I'm just giving advice. Now, the other country you should look at is Norway. If you look very well, you see that these countries I'm listing, they are in the top, like in Europe. Like Norway is the third richest in terms of GDP, okay? So if you are there as a student and you are serious, you will definitely get a part-time job to do after you finish your school. Of course, you can work. Some don't have immigration-friendly procedures, but trust me, the economy is strong, their currency is good. Now, the other country you should take a look at is Ireland, okay? The other country you should take a look at is Denmark. You have been watching my video, so you should know all these things about these countries. The other one I want to talk about is Iceland. The other one I want to talk about is Sweden. The other one I want to talk about is the Netherlands. I am in the Netherlands, okay? Don't let anybody in these countries, I'm listing them now, right, will tell you the facts. But again, I am talking to the youths, those who are still struggling like me, okay? Make sure you struggle now. Find your way now before you are 40, 45. You get, even if you are 45, you still have a chance if you look very well and think out of the box. Now, the other country I will recommend is Austria. The other country is Germany. Then, these are the top 10. I think so. Then, if you are maybe looking at other places, you should be looking at Iceland. Did I mention Iceland? France. I will not really say France, but if you can locate these ones I gave you, Belgium is another sweet one, okay? So I will not like to elaborate. I'm not saying that there are no other countries a part of this one. I'm just saying that if you borrow money, okay, and then sell your land, try and find yourself inside these countries. Because you are going there as a focused person, definitely you are going to save money. This is no blabbing, okay? And when you enter, they try to be legal. Try to be legal. Avoid some certain people who are not serious. You cannot mingle with unserious people and you expect that maybe after 4 years you are going to succeed. No. There are still people in these countries who are still moving around, behaving funny. And one of the reasons most people are even behaving funny in this abroad or in Europe is because most of them didn't have paper. Some came and dropped out of school, which is not the best option. Yeah, when you come, go to school. This is the advice I can give, and I want to say that, please, put all these things into consideration. They are so important, so important, right? Some people will discourage you, but trust me, for me, myself, my tuition here is 11,900, almost 12,000 euros, right? Which is close to 8 million, almost 7.9. That was my money I made. I paid because I knew I'm not looking for now. I'm looking ahead. You understand? So I'm not just talking, I'm quoting examples. The money I spent here was not all my money, but my own money inside was around 8 point. I don't want to mention figures. So my tuition fee automatically was paid from my pocket. So the other monies now I will just refund to people and continue my life and keep working hard, right? So you too should keep working hard. This is how it is. So if you have the means, take it. This is my advice for you.